Just first, want to obviously that's a big time win. Mainly because of the incredible respect all of us in our locker room have for Drake. We know what a great program that is. They've we couldn't respect those guys more. They're the talent, the experience. They're unbelievably well coached, and so that's what makes it special is how good they are, and again how much respect we have for them as a program. So proud of our guys. It wasn't perfect by any stretch. There's a lot we can do better and more intelligently, but I thought all teams at some point have to show a level of resolve, a level of resiliency, and grit. And I thought losing Coop in the first half was a gut punch. Going up 14, going down 5 late, looked like we were on the ropes, about to get knocked out, and for us to kind of respond that way says a lot about the competitive character of our guys. Because Drake to me is the standard when it comes to toughness and closing out close games and winning these type of games. So for our guys to punch back against them and find a way at the end on a night where we weren't great, didn't shoot it great, took terrible care of the ball, says a lot about the competitive character of the group of guys we have, and couldn't be prouder of them.
Coach, talk about, if you would, the way you approached guarding DeVries and how he seemed to be off his normal game.
Yeah, I think credit. We decided normally we switch stuff and we didn't on DeVries. We let Cam Henry and Julian Larry go through and just didn't switch. We tried to keep our best defenders on him. He's so good. You don't want to put anybody on him that's not an elite defender, because he's what he's doing offensively. At all levels. I think he was coming in. His splits were shooting about 58% from the field, 47 from 3, and 92 from the line. So some of them we got some good looks he missed, which we were fortunate. And I thought we made him take some tough looks. And the defensive effort. I mean, I thought Cam's effort on him was fantastic. The play late where he got the stop and forced the miss, and Jason Kent went up and got a big rebound in traffic, got fouled, made the 2 free throws to tie it. Was kind of emblematic of his effort. And again, he and Julian I thought were terrific guarding him.
Coach, Cam sat here and said a couple of years, Robbie's going to be player of the year in this league. All summer you were smiles every time you talked about him. The freshman continues to grow and grow, getting more playing time. Talk about his impact in the game tonight.
Yeah, if he had a smarter coach, he would have played more in the second half. I was trying to mirror minutes and keep him matched with Brody, but that was probably dumb on my part. So he's special. I was saying this in the pregame talking to Luke. There's a lot of guys who have talent, and he's a very talented player. He's a very skilled player. What makes him unique at his age is I think he's got a really high skill level, but he's just got an incredible self-belief and poise. Like in a game like this with all the noise, you saw guys on both teams that were maybe veteran guys, maybe a little bit out of sorts, and not have the nights that they're normally, the way they normally do. It's hard to, in a big game, to play with discipline and poise and just stay within yourself. And you watch him play. He was playing the same way he would if he was playing at a Sunday rec game. He just kind of out there, doing his thing, and he doesn't move the needle. If he's makes a shot, misses a shot, he just plays the next play. And it's rare at 18, 19 years old to have that level of self-belief and that level of poise, because it's easy to get rattled or overcome with the moment. The moment was definitely not too big for him, and he was, offensively, our along with Cam, our best player, I thought, and really the guy we leaned on as our leading scorer tonight.
Hey, Coach, first off, great win.
Thank you.
It was just an awesome feeling for this whole student section, every fan that came here in the Holman Center. Second, I want you to go through and talk about into the halftime break, 2 turnovers that ended the first half. Yeah, huge. I saw that. Bledson on that pass led to an and one opportunity, and then the Trent Gibson jump ball, and then finally a little bit talk about how Drake and Roman Penn, he ended with 32, and how tough he was to play tonight.
Yeah, and let me first say too, because I do want to, our fans were awesome tonight. The atmosphere that they created, the student section, and just our fans in general. We don't win that game without their energy, right? I mean, it was electric, and even when we were down 5, Robbie hits that 3 and that place exploded. And I don't think we get through tonight without them. So I do want to really thank all of them, in particular our students who were amazing. So that's one. The turnovers at the end of the half, unacceptable. I'd used my timeout. They came out in a 1-2-2 press. We had a lineup out there. We had foul trouble, so we didn't have a natural lineup out there that we normally do. We had Julian and Jabo, but it should be fine. And they were just playing patty cake with it over the top. And Garrett Stur's too smart for that. He steals it, goes in and lays it, and we foul to compound a bad play. But give that, and then Trent. On the second one, right after that, brings it up the side, which is what you want to do. You want to draw 2 to the ball. We were in our zone press break. The Julian was supposed to be behind the ball as a safety. He was even with the ball. So when Trent went to pivot and throw it back to the safety, there was no safety, and it turned into a jump ball. So it was just, they hadn't shown that this year. It's that'll pin that on coaching. We got to make sure they're ready for it, but we couldn't have attacked that, and it went from 13 to 8 there, and that's a big difference in the game. We're up 13, and the last minute it goes from 13 to 8. We gotta finish that half better, and I thought that gave them momentum going to the second half. So that's on me. I got to do a better job of getting our guys ready.
I got you one here. Again, to quote yourself, you said the one guy on the team that's indispensable is Julian Larry. Mm-hmm. Again, the impact that he has on the defensemen is kind of unmatched for anybody. And again, that showed off again tonight. I mean, there was multiple possessions that he had pinned kind of in a box, and he couldn't really do anything, and he was our main scorer for the night. So again, what kind of, especially in the locker room and kind of just all around for the team, what kind of impact does he have?
Yeah, and I didn't hit the last part of that question. I mean, Penn was obviously amazing tonight. So I mean, he has 32 points and do it as efficiently. I mean, 13 for 18, doing it all mid-range and tough. He got downhill some. Some of that was us. They did a great job. I mean, obviously, Darren's does an incredible job as coach there, and got us in some tough situations where we were trying to guard ball screens, DeVries ball screening for Penn. So they did some great things schematically. We had to be a little sounder in how we were guarding stuff, but he was fantastic to tail on that. Julian, I thought defensively always, the thing with Julian is whatever is happening for him offensively, and he wasn't having a great night offensively, he competes and lays it on the line defensively. He does whatever he can to help his team win. I've said this many times, he's as good a winner as we have, and he's all about the team and what it takes to get a job done. And so while he was struggling on the offensive end, I thought his defense was outstanding. He guarded, made things difficult, and those guys, I mean, that's how you win. I mean, a night like tonight, we had a couple guys get double figures. Like I said, it aesthetically wasn't pretty, but we were able to hang our hat and kind of grind it out and get stops, and he was a huge piece of that.
Got to ask, what was the Cooper Nice injury? And I know it's early, but how significant is it?
We don't know. They're gonna run tests tomorrow. They'll have imaging tomorrow. We don't know. The hope is that it's not it's not something to be back from ASAP. But we hope it's not a season-ending thing, and it's more of a couple-week thing as opposed to something that's gonna
what is like legging?
It's the knee. It's knee. Yeah, it's knee. So it's the imaging will show what it is. Is it a sprain or if it's a tear or what it is, and our medical team is as good as it gets. So with Kellen, Dr. McDonald, those guys, we'll get him in, get imaged, and see where he's at. But the hope is, and we all have our fingers crossed that it's something that he can return from here in a relatively short period of time. But we won't know till it's all conjecture until we get the imaging.
Last question for me. I asked the guys about it. They've never lacked confidence, and you still have a lot of games to play. But what does this win do right now, confidence-wise, for your ball club?
Well, I think it shows that that from a resiliency standpoint that we have that. As a team, when you get together in the summer, whatever your talent is, your depth is, your character is, those things. Everything else about your team, you have to answer inside a competition, right? And one of the things that every good team has is they have that level of resilience, that level of grit to be able to. And I thought we hadn't really dealt with a lot of adversity to this point, and this was the most adversity we'd been in. Cooper going down, being up 14, going down 5. I mean, I think it instills them with a belief that we're capable, we're together. Because I think we all feel like, and I'm sure Drake does, we can play a lot better. And now now what it does is it puts the question on guys is, can you handle some level of success? Can you take this and move forward appropriately and get ready for, Miami on Saturday, because that's what's next. And so confidence comes from preparation. Confidence comes from shared experiences. This, for our group, was a great shared experience because now we're going to be in these situations moving forward. And now you can call on what happened tonight and dig back into that. And Drake has a tremendous amount of shared experience because they've been together so long. So they've been in so many close games, tight situations, NCAA tournament games, championship games down the stretch. We have a blended group where we've really never been in it together. So this was our first time in. So to come through, come out, find a way to win, I think they'll move forward with a feeling that, hey, we're good enough to play with anybody. And when the chips are down, we always talk about, can you stay connected through adversity? I thought we did that tonight.